So in a week, they've managed to clean up a horribly manky frame and lay eggs in it. This colony, on the other hand, hunts you down. It is like an apex predator wanting to sting you on the arse, and it sucks. You're like, well, he died doing what he loved, looking like a complete berk. Hello, this is Greg from Mystery Honey. I am back from my holiday in Scotland where the midges have bitten me to hell. It is really, really itchy. It sucks. Oh, and it's just started to rain. Perfect, just what you want for beekeeping. Eh? Today's jobs are to look through the nucs that I built last week in a very big rush and see how they're doing on bee population. Now, I shook the majority of the bees out of one of my big colonies into all my nucs. A lot of them are going to be flying bees, so a lot of them will have flown home. There's a lot of cat brood in those nucs, so that will have started to emerge this past week. So hopefully that will have bolstered those numbers that have been lost by the flying bees. That's great. There's going to be a lot of young bees in those colonies, so it means that the queen, when she emerges, will be well looked after. Other than that, I'm going to be doing my normal inspections like I do every week, but I'm also going to be trying to knock down this colony over here. The colony over here, right there, is too aggressive, even for me. Like, I like bees with a bit of bite. I like bees that will defend themselves if they are kicked, or if they're messed around with too much. I like them to defend themselves, because to me, that is a bee. That is what they've been bred to do. They are there to protect their colony. This colony, on the other hand, hunts you down. It is like an apex predator wanting to sting you on the arse, and it sucks. So I'm going to have to break them down and requeen them. Whether I requeen them with one of my own queens or requeen them with a queen from elsewhere, I've not decided yet. I'll go over how I deal with the aggressive colonies when I'm actually dealing with it, but that's one of my jobs to do anyway. After that, I'd quite like to go see how Laura's doing. I did mess her around quite a bit. There is a nuke at the quarantine apiary that I'd quite like to check, see if queen's emerged yet. I don't think she'll be mated yet. I think it's still too early. And I want to go to the production apiary and see if they need any more space. The production apiary is doing great. I went to the splits that I made at the very beginning of the year. I don't know if you remember that. And one was well mated and the other one was drone laying. So what I've done is I've combined them. I shook the drone laying queen out. I destroyed all the drone cells all the way down to foundation. And any with like eggs or larvae or anything like that, I damaged them. And then I put that box on top of the queen right hive and let those bees make their way up into it as well. It's a good way of bolstering a small colony and getting it up to the right size that you want it to be if it is well mated. And it's especially a good way of recycling drone laying colonies because there's going to be a lot of flying bees in there which have been panicking for a bit too long because they're like, oh no, we've got no queen. Oh, we've got a queen. She's flown out. Ah, crap, she's drone laying. They're under a lot of stress, so I like to make sure that those bees go to a good colony and help bolster it as well. Other than that, I'm going to get my hood on, I'm going to get cracking, and we'll see what else happens today. I do not plan these sessions whatsoever. This is just my weekly inspections, and everything goes wrong for me. Yay! Right, so below you right now, I'm going to move the camera down in a second just so you can have a good view, are two nucs. I'm going to have a look just over the top of the crown boards. These Pains nucs are pretty good because they have a clear crown board, so it means you can open it up without disturbing the bees. Right now, these queens will probably be emerging, so I don't want to disturb them. If you disturb the bees when queens are just emerging out of the cells, you can get the bees into sort of a panic. They cluster around the queen to try and protect her, and it can squash her or overheat her or kill her in some other way. So when you're doing this, just be very, very careful. This is why they say don't go into colonies that you've got a queen cell in for at least 2-3 weeks because you can't do any good. The reason I'm going in now is because I'm interested in seeing how many bees are left. They should be fine. They're absolutely fine. I'm probably just going to check these two and leave the rest because they're all built in the same way with around the same amount of brood and stuff like that in it. So I'm just going to have a quick look inside these boxes, these two, and just make an estimate of how it is everywhere else. So I'm going to be very careful not to move the crown board around too much. So we do have quite a few bees again. Not a massive amount from what I can see, but they're probably just spread out and checking everything everywhere. The good news is that there's a good cluster of bees around the queen cell here. So that means that they are looking for her and looking after her. But yeah, so okay numbers. I was expecting more bees than that, but it's still warm in here. I can feel the heat, especially where the queen cell is, so they are keeping it warm. So that's fine, that's exactly what I need. That will grow exponentially once the queen is out. Let's have a look at this one. Don't want to miss the crown board. And this looks a lot better. This has got a decent cluster around the queen cell. The queen cell is right there, and it's got a good cluster around these cells here. So that is a strong colony. Now, I'm a bit curious because, well, that is nice and warm still, so that's fine. A bit curious why the bees aren't doing the same thing in that one. Because generally what you expect is the bees to be clustered around the egg, like this is doing. This is actually exactly what I was expecting. I'm not sure. I'm not going to go into these guys for another 2 weeks now, but it's just something to pay attention to anyway. So last week I took some brood out of all these boxes. Pretty much all these boxes have lost some capped brood. So what I wanted to do was go through and see how they're doing, because what I did was replace them with manky frames. Because it's a good way of cleaning up frames is by taking out some good brood, whatever like that, and then right in the heart of it, put some manky frames, especially if it's a strong colony like this. It's filling all these boxes. Like this top box here is absolutely full of bees, and it's full of some delicious looking honey actually, for bringing out. Look at that. Delicious. On a side, I may have to steal some boxes of honey today, because I'm actually starting to run low for the first time, well, since last year. This is a lot faster than I was expecting to run out of honey, because you guys are doing such an amazing job of buying my honey off me, so thank you so much. It really means the world to me. It's incredible. I am gobsmacked. So yeah, I may have to steal a couple of supers from some of these hives, depending on how well capped they are and how much honey they've got, because this is the beginning of the June gap. It's the end of May, beginning of June, and June really, there isn't a lot of flowers or plant life that these bees can get nectar from. So it's one of the reasons why I tend to leave stores on. If they have got like maybe 3 supers or something along those lines full of honey, I may take one off them if it's full. But they need to have a lot of food, because I don't want to lose them over June, because I need them for summer. Right, so I'm going to knock these down. Let's have a look at these manky frames, see what they've done with them in a week. I wrote an M on some of the frames. Wow, that's heavy. Oh, that's heavy. Whew. Are you going to be heavy as well? I have to put another box on these guys. Let's see. See some cat brood in that one. So right, so I've got 2 manky frames right here. Let's have a look at them. Let's move you out of the way first, make some space. So I put 2 manky frames in, and either side of those manky frames I put nice frames that were just empty. So I've got lots of brood on this one. Loads of eggs actually. Queenie, are you on here? Can't see you. Right, plunk you there for now. Right, let's have a look at the manky frames. So we had empty but non-manky frame. Let's have a look what they're doing. Queen should have started laying in this one, and they're filling it with nectar actually. That is interesting. I can see eggs easy anyway, so there are some eggs. So the queen has been about. Yeah, they've pretty much cleaned it up more, and they've started filling it with nectar. So that to me means that there must be some more nectar around. Where the hell are they getting that from? This is manky frame number 1. As you can see, it has an M there, and it's already been, oh my god, wow. So they've cleaned it up completely. Absolutely completely cleaned. And there's loads of eggs on it. The queen has started filling it with eggs. So in a week, they've managed to clean up a horribly manky frame and lay eggs in it. So that to me just shows that you should never really get rid of frames, unless you think there's a chance of disease. If you think there's a chance of disease, then sure, get rid of them, burn them, whatever. Don't mess around with disease. Say you put some frames in the storage, and it's come back and it's gone a bit mouldy and manky, just put it in a strong hive and they will clean it up, and it means that you've saved that frame. But yeah, they've done a great job. You can even see where they've built some new wax and stuff like that to fill in the old stuff. So if you look very closely, there are lighter patches of comb, and that is where they've built fresh comb when they've dug out the dirty pollen and stuff like that. It's interesting. Right, so that's manky frame number 1. Manky frame number 2. Same again. Full of eggs. Wowee. And some larvae. So these bees are doing really well actually. I'm really chuffed with these. For them being the stingy hive, they've not been as aggressive as others. This queen's doing a great job. But yeah, so they've done a good job there. And then the fourth one. So this one wasn't manky, it was clean, but it was just old. Let's have a look. Whoop. That is full to the brim with nectar. Wow. These bees are doing great. Okay, right, down they go. So I've seen eggs, I've seen brood. I've not seen cat brood yet, so I'd quite like to have a look at some cappings, just because I want to make sure that they are healthy. So that is a frame of drone brood. Wowee. So if I and what looks like a queen cell. Queen cup, it's okay. Whew. So that is a great frame. If you're ever going to do any sort of sacrificial drone brood removal, that is a great frame for it. That will get rid of a load of varroa from your hive. But they look okay, it looks healthy. There is some worker brood on here, it all looks really healthy. Lovely. Right, I'll shake these off and we'll go through. So what you're wanting is a lovely flat set of cappings. That is sort of a digestive biscuit colour, and you don't want like a sort of a scatter shotgun effect where it's just like cells here and there. You want it to be mostly uniform, so as you can see there's maybe like 1 or 2 cells that are empty, but the majority of it is pretty solid block of brood, so that's pretty good. This queen's pretty good, I'm pretty happy with her. So yeah, I think these guys are fine. I've taken a lot of brood from them, almost like a split, so the chances of them wanting to swarm is very slim. This is another frame that is lovely. This is all capped brood, worker brood. So I'll shake these off. So again, that's lovely. That's what we want to see. On that side as well, it's brilliant. So it's good because it's got capped brood in the middle here. And it's got pollen all around the outside, and it's got some honey here. So there's everything for these bees. So the pollen is there in case the queen comes back and lays eggs. So the larvae's got food right next to it. And it's got honey here for when the bees are emerging, they can come out and get some food straight off the bat. Right, so I'm going to close these guys up, making sure I've not got any bees in my hood again. Okay, so these bees are filling all of these boxes now. And there is clearly some nectar coming in, because that frame that is fresh, well, fresh, it was manky, but it's new for them. Those 2 frames are full of nectar. So to me that says that these guys will probably need some more space. So I'm going to get another super, I'm going to stick it on here for them. So I'm going to under super them to make sure that they've got space. I want the queen to be walking around going, oh wow, there's loads of space over here, because I don't really care if she's laying in this right now. When it comes to near summer, I will be knocking her down to the brood boxes, but for now I'm happy for her just to use all of the space. I don't want them to want to swarm, and there's no need in using the queen excluder unless you are wanting to extract some honey. Now I'm pretty sure I saw some brood. Yeah, these guys have brood. Wow. So it's only a small frame, but it's still got quite a lot of brood packed into it. And put this on top. Close these guys up. I think they're doing great. I've got a new box on there, so they're not going to want to swarm anytime soon. Done a check on brood. Had a look at the food, and I've given them space. 3 things that you need to do, and then that's it. Super easy when it comes to beekeeping. Those are the only 3 things you need to worry about for the majority of the time. These guys haven't been doing very well. They've kind of been floundering, to be honest. I don't know how I feel about it. I think the queen needs to be replaced. She came out of winter quite weak, and I thought, oh, it's just luck of the draw when it comes to that. But I don't know, she's just not been... I like my bees to be pretty, like, prolific, and they don't seem to be that prolific so far. I may be changed now. We'll see what they've done this week. I put fresh frames of foundation on a few weeks ago. I think it was last week, actually. See what they're doing. Also, she seems a bit aggressive, even for me. So they're drawing out these frames, that's fine. That's full of honey, actually, that's pretty cool. Oh, that's very full of honey. With some drone brood in it. I've got another frame of foundation over here. So if you get frames of foundation that aren't being touched, just move into the centre. So shake that off for now. Side. So if they're ignoring some frames of foundation, all you need to do is just move them into the centre, or put them near brood. Bees hate foundation next to brood. See if there is any brood up here. I don't think there will be. I think it's too high up. The queen will probably be leaving this for honey. We'll see. Honey. Honey. Sugar, sugar. These ones love to fly in your hand. So when you have your hand with the hive tool like that, there's usually a little gap. And these bees love to fly in that gap, which is really annoying because when you close your hand ever so slightly, they get panicked and want to sting because they're like, oh, I'm dying, sting everything. Yeah, so this whole top box is just full of honey actually, which is quite good after me slagging her off. Sorry, love. I didn't mean to be mean. You just weren't impressing me. See, that's what I mean by shotgun style brood. There's lots of gaps over here. We've got some decent cappings over here, but the rest of it is just like there's loads of gaps here, which I'm not a fan of. So what I'm going to do is I can see some larvae, so I'm just going to do some quick looks, making sure that they are C-shaped, they are segmented, they are pearly white, and that's what they are. Yeah, so I think I will requeen this queen just because if you look, there's a lot more gaps in this brood. Hang on, let me just move these bees out of the way. Move out of the way. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. There's a lot more gaps in this brood than with the other ones. You want it as solid as possible, full to the brim with cap brood, and she's missing quite a lot of cells. There are larvae in them, so she has come back and laid, but it means that the whole timing of this frame is all off. Yeah, I'll be looking into requeening her. I think I need to make a decision whether I requeen her with one of my own queens or I get a mated queen in to bring in new DNA into this apiary. Never stick with just your queens. So that's something that some people, they keep using the same genetics over and over and over again. That is never a good thing because new genetics makes colonies stronger. Granted, there's a chance of bringing disease in or aggressive nature, etc. But it's always good to get fresh DNA into an apiary, especially if it's a queen rearing one as well. Last thing you want is inbreeding. So it's always good to get fresh DNA from other parts of the country just to help keep your bees healthy and happy and strong. Also, it's good to help other beekeepers as well. So I like to go and find other small breeders. I don't like using the big ones because I think the big ones get enough custom that they don't really need mine. I like going to smaller breeders, ones that maybe make about 100 queens in the year. That's what I tend to aim for because I think that they usually need more help, they need more custom, and it means that they spend more time looking after the bees as well. They raise their queens properly, and yeah, it's not a matter of it turning into a production line. I don't like production lines when it comes to raising bees. I like them to be looked after well. Right, so we're looking for eggs. Brood, I'm just going to smoke them because I've just been stung. Right, so I can see some brood here. Yeah, this queen isn't great. Again, it's all scattered everywhere. I think I'm going to definitely requeen this one. I'll close her up. She's not doing anything. There's still got some space. There's some frames there that are empty. I'm not worried about this one. I don't think these guys are going to swarm because they haven't really got it in them. Yeah, not happy with this one. This is why I've gone back to Laura genetics. Laura, she's queen. All my good queens come from Laura. Right, so this hive here has a new queen. I requeened it with one of the ones that she raised. So I'm not going to bother with these for another 2 weeks, so ignore them. This one, on the other hand, I knocked all the bees down. I want to turn this into a queen rearer. Now, I don't know if you remember, but at the beginning of the year, this colony needed a new queen. The queen turned into a drone layer, so I got rid of her, and I put some fresh brood in. They raised their own queen, and she's not great. She's not a great queen. And the problem was that she got mated very early on in the year, so it meant that she had to just deal with what drones were flying about at that time, which wasn't many. It wasn't the best pick. So this colony, it has a queen that isn't great. And these bees are kind of aggressive as well. So this is another colony that I want to requeen. What I did last week was I shook them all down into this box here. So she is definitely in this bottom box. And now I have empty boxes here. I'm going to use this time as a way of creating a queen rearing colony again. So the queen's in there, she's been in there for a week. So any brood that's been in here or here or here or wherever is all capped now. It's all capped, it should all be capped anyway. There shouldn't be anywhere that a queen can be produced. So I'm going to remove the queen from them and then leave them for another week. Just make sure if there are any larvae in there that the bees try and turn them into queen cells. And if they do turn them into queen cells, I can knock them down. It means that it's completely queenless and I can create some more queens ready for grafting next week. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these boxes off. I'm going to move this with the queen over here somewhere out the way. And then I'm going to put these boxes back down. And then this will be a queenless colony. They will produce any queens that they can. I'll knock them down next week and put some grafts in. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. He says, let's see if I get stung on the face again. So it's always good to try and figure out which colonies you want to requeen in the year. Generally, queen bees are at their best in the first 2 years that they're alive. After that, they really start slowing down quite a lot. If you're a hobby beekeeper, then that doesn't really matter, although the older they get, the more chance there is of them turning into a drone-laying queen. And if you've only got one colony, then that can really scupper you if you find that they're drone-laying and then you've got to wait a week or 2 weeks for a new queen to arrive, and that can cause issues. So it's always good to preempt that. Now, this is a brand new queen, but she's not great, so I'm going to probably requeen her. I will wait until I've got a new batch of queens here before I do so, and I'm going to leave her over there so she's still alive, and if worse comes to worse, I can always put her back and she'll take over this colony again. But there's quite a few colonies at this apiary here that I want to requeen. Either with my own or with other genetics, we'll have to see. See how much the next batch of grafting that I do with this colony does. So I know for a fact the queen is in this bottom box here. There's a queen excluder stopping her from getting up. So all I need to do is take that box over there. What I will do, I'll probably take these 2 boxes over there as well so she can lay in them, because that'll make a nice easy nuke for me. But other than that, let's move these boxes off. I'll take these off now, but I'll probably put these back because they're quite easy to turn into nuke boxes. Smoke these. Smoke, smoke, smoke. Get rid of any alarm pheromone that are starting to percolate amongst them. Move this box over there out the way. I'm just going to take the floor with it because I've got another floor over there, so let's use that. There we go. Don't need you. Tuck you in. What will happen is any flying bees that are in there will fly back to the other colony, which is over here. So yeah, that will probably start to lose numbers quite rapidly now, but because the queen's in there and she's been laying up this past week, they'll have enough bees in there to keep her happy. I'm going to stick these boxes on now, just so she's got some space. There we go. Right, I'm going to put a lid on these. Now I'm going to put this floor here. I'm going to rebuild that box, and that is now a queenless colony. There we are. So that's now a queenless colony. I'm going to leave these guys for a week to use up any larvae that are still in these boxes. I'm going to knock them all down, and then I'm going to put a fresh set of grafts in this next week. And that's an easy way of making a queen rearing colony. Because all the flying bees now will be flying back here, so it'll become really strong with both nurse bees that are still in here from any brood that I put in this box, and any flying bees as well. That, on the other hand, over there, where the queen is, will start to reduce in numbers, which means that I'll be able to find her pretty easily, I hope. So it means that if I do want to requeen her, all I need to do is remove her and then put a new queen cell in there, or put a fresh queen in there. Right, I'm going to close them up, and then, yeah, we'll come back to them next week. So we've had some humidity issues with this colony. And they've not been doing a right lot, to be honest. Like, as you can see, they've not grown like the others. Granted, they were a lot smaller coming out of winter than a lot of the others, but they're just not expanding like I want them to. They still haven't filled this top box, so that to me means that maybe something is wrong with the queen. I thought it was humidity that was the issue, but maybe it's the queen is just not as strong as I wanted it to be. we'll go through it and have a look. Start in the bottom box. This to me, by the way, is another sign that maybe this colony needs a requeen as well. And don't be scared to requeen your whole apiary if you need to. What you need to do is get the best bees that you can. And these guys just aren't doing it for me. So originally, this colony just had a very small patch of brood on each frame, which they were trying to keep dry. At least it's dry. The moisture's gone now, so that's good. And they built up big enough that I put another box on them, but by now they should be filling that box and be trying to find more space. In here, we've got some brood here. It's a little bit capped. Not great. I've left me torch in my car. I can see eggs though, so the queen is still present. There is a bee emerging here. So it is healthy brood that is in these cells. It's just not much. I'm a bit confused why her patches of brood are so small. It may be different as I make my way in a bit further. That was on the outskirts, so we'll go a bit more central. Smoke them a bit, just because bees have recently been getting a bit uppity. See, that's a good frame of brood, really, but it's just not expanding. It's a small circle again. And that's what this queen keeps doing. She keeps creating these small circles of brood. Like, you can see it there, it's just small. Like, it's a good solid patch, but it's tiny. Like, she should be filling this whole frame. Like, that's pretty good, but it's not. Like, there's nothing in these cells down here, so she should be filling it all. It's healthy, though. It is healthy brood. I can't see any issues with it anyway. I don't know what's going on with her. She's just not filling the box with brood like she should do. This is kinda right. So she's expanded a bit, but she's not filling the whole frame. Yeah, I think I need to look into getting a fresh queen for this hive, unfortunately. She's doing fine and all, it's just not great. So I would always try to save a colony before I just bin it off. But these guys they're just not doing anything. You get quite a lot of brutal beekeepers that say, like, if they're not producing however many supers of honey, see them off, shake them out and give them to someone else. That's a very business minded way of doing it. I'm not really a fan of that. Like, I expect 1 super of honey from my bees. I don't really care if they don't produce much more than that. I just want them to live. Look, queen cup. Yeah, so I've seen eggs, I've seen larvae. The larvae looks healthy. I've seen some queen cups, but nothing in them. Yeah, don't know what's going on with this queen. I think I'm gonna have to requeen her though. That's a shame. I'm trying my best throughout the year. It's about halfway through the year now, and she still hasn't got to the stage where I need her to expand. She should be exploding now. This time of year. She should be on at least 3 boxes, but she's barely filling 2. Yeah, that's a shame. Never mind. Just feel like a bit of honey in this box though. Let's have a quick look. I can see they're not filling 3 seams here, so we'll see. Maybe they're just wanting to fill a single brood box of honey for me. Honey. That's a good frame of honey, actually. So I did say that all I need is a box of honey. I'm gonna be happy. Now this is brood. Now this is more like it, you see. So every cell of this has got a larvae in it. So that's more like it. Just I don't understand why it's taken so long to get to this stage. And unfortunately, she's fighting a losing battle with the nectar and honey on this one. She's still not great. Yeah, and we've got a shotgun pattern as well. Of course, there's always one frame that defies what you're saying. It's a pretty good frame, to be fair. But still not good, still not filling all the way. Well, it's going to be a couple of weeks. There's another frame in, this is wall to wall. She's listening to me now. She's She's listening to me and she's saying, right, so that's what you want, well that's what you're getting, because look, that's wall to wall now. That's a pretty good frame, I have to say. The bugger. It's going to be a couple of weeks till I've got any queens ready, so you're on watch, little one. I want you to expand into a new box, okay? That's all you got to do. Get to the stage where you're expanding into a new box. And another frame full of cat brood. Amazing. You love confusing me, don't you? Okay, that's it. I'm done. So I'm going to close you up. Like, she's healthy, she's fine, just not doing anything amazing. I'm going to put this frame of foundation here as well, just to really annoy them, so they draw it out. Ugh, right. I'll give them till next week. Next week, we'll see how you're doing. If you can expand next week, then you can carry on. Alright? So I took pretty much all the bees out of this colony last week and left the queen with just a single box worth of bees. A lot of the flying bees will have come back now. This is probably going to be quite an angry hive, but I just want to see whereabouts they are up to filling it, because a lot of the brood will be down here, and I think these were just like misc and honey boxes, but we'll have a quick look. Oh, it's got a strap on. Yeah, so there's one or two bees there. Let's have a look. So there are bees in the top box, that's interesting. Top box was just honey last time I looked. Certainly feels that way, it's heavy as hell. No, they won't be filling this box, I don't think. Yeah, it's not full. They are in it, but it's not a full box. Same as this, it is very loosely packed in this box here. And that's fine. Just want to see what the queen's up to laying wise. Wow, that's very one-sided heaviness. Right, so this had a load of brood in it, so this is where the queen's most likely to be. I'm just going to smoke her a bit. So sometimes if you lose a lot of bees, bees get a bit confused, the ones that remain, because they're like, where's all the nurse bees gone? And they can blame the queen for it and go after her. Now that's an incredible frame of pollen. I'm really happy with that one. So that, I'm going to put a P on that, and I'm going to nick it for the queen rearing colony. P for pollen, because I'll need that when I'm rearing queens. I'm looking to make about 20 queens this time. I'm going to do a run about 20-25 queen cells. We'll see how many I get out of that. I'm hoping it's going to be quite a good take, but we'll see. It's got loads of larvae in here. It's very dark, so it's very hard to see. So the queen has moved up. She's moved up here, she's laid eggs, and these are larvae. So she's been here in the past 4 days probably. Have to look for eggs. So she's still here, there's eggs on this frame here. So she's definitely been up here. So the cat brood that was in this frame has all started to emerge. That's why they've got lots of little fluffy white bees here. And what she's done is she's started to lay where they've been. So that's good. I'm glad. But that means that she's still alive. That's good. I'm not going to bother them much more than that really. I'm just having a quick health check, just make sure that the larvae is looking good. But these bees, they won't want to swarm. They don't have enough bees for the space that they've got as it is. So I don't really need to worry too much about them right now. They're producing honey already. There's one box there that's full of honey. So these guys have done their due. Yeah, this is a frame full of larvae. So she's come out with arms swinging really. She's laying up like crazy in all of these frames up here. That's great. That's what you want from a queen. Right, I'm going to move this to the very edge here. And that means I can get to it easier. Watch out guys, don't get squashed. Move. Honestly, there we go. Right, put these boxes back on top. I'd say that's fine. I'm happy with you guys. Seen eggs, seen your larvae looks healthy. You're not filling the box like you were doing, which is good. So there's no overcrowding, you've got lots of space. That's fine. Interestingly, I've just seen a bumblebee flying out of this colony. What the hell? This is another colony that I would like to requeen. They came out very weak out of winter, but they were absolutely horrible. Horrible colony. So, yeah, they need more space as well because they are building in the roof. It's going to really upset them because I'm banging them. Smoke them. Yeah, these guys are horrible. I've seen eggs though, so the queen is still present. If I see her, I'm going to get rid of her because she is horrible, and I'm just going to get these guys to a point of queenlessness because just horrible, horrible bees. Horrible bees. So if they're building the roof, try and get rid of the comb before it gets too big. If it gets too big, then it becomes an absolute nightmare to get rid of. Ugh, especially if it joins the frames to the top. But that to me says that these guys need space, and if they need space so much that they're building in the roof, chances are that they might be wanting to swarm, and I do not want these guys to swarm because it's not a particularly nice bee to let loose onto the neighbourhood. So I may have to take a split off this and then find the queen another time. It's full super though. Right. It's really nailed down. Just as I open up a particularly nasty hive, the smoke starts to run low. See what happens. So last time I came in here, these guys were only just filling this bottom box, but it looks like they've got the whole bottom box full as brood from here. I won't know until I go in, but we'll see. Yeah. So the issue is that the queen is laying up some pretty decent brood. Look at the state of that. It's pretty cool. But she is overly aggressive, and I do not want to have to deal with that. These are some bees that chase you down the road as well. There's a bigger colony somewhere that I'm going to show you in a minute. That's the problem. When it's a good colony, you don't want to lose them. But if you look, they're stinging me straight away. They're trying to sting me straight away. Straight to the cuff there. One just flew straight to it and started trying to sting it straight up. That's not what you want. You want them, like, it's fine if they fly around your hands. That's just nature, the curious. It's fine if they bat into you, like bump into you like that with the head to say go away. That's fine. Again, it's human nature. Well, it's bee nature. But if they're going straight for the sting, that means that they're aggressive. To be fair, that's not a great pattern. That is. So I don't know what's going on with this queen. Can't see any queen cells. Last thing I want is for these guys to swarm. So when you're dealing with an aggressive colony, try your best to be as slow and calm as possible. Bees jump to fast movements. So when I get stung and I flail my hands around and go, oh you flipper, that does not help the situation. But they will fly to your hand though, because they can smell pheromone on you from other bees. So I'm just going to try and smoke my hand, see if I can disguise it a little bit. There's not much smoke left in the smoker though. I didn't put enough fuel in. I'm going to have to change that before I do the aggressive colony in a bit. That's a great frame of pollen. Eggs laid up all around it. On this side is full of eggs and larvae. I wonder if the queen is here. I'll try not to be too long. Got other things I need to do. I was not expecting to go into this colony for that long, really. Especially to do an inspection for queen cells. There's a queen cup there, but it is empty. So I think I managed to get away. Didn't sting me, but they flew to my hand. So they're all over my hand there. And they're zooming around my head and pinging off my head. So I need to take my time. Try not to react too much if they do sting me. So there's a load of what looks like proper queen cells in the corners here and at the bottom here. But I think they've just been bored building it. I don't think there's actually anything in it. It's just made of wax. Yeah, same. Okay. If they get too thick, then chances of them actually being used as queen cells just drops dramatically. So I don't think these guys are actually trying to swarm, which is good. That's what we want. So I will give them a bit more space, because they clearly need it. I'm being slow as I can. I do not want to aggravate these guys any more than they already have done by banging them in. Got all over my hands. Just slowly and steady. That's all you can do. And I found the queen. Right. So the question is, do I pick her up now and get rid of her, or do I leave her and just mark her really well? I'll come for another time. Because I won't have queens ready for the next 2 weeks, and I've not ordered any queens yet, so it means that this colony could end up creating queen cells, and it means that it could end up swarming and stuff like that. So I'm going to mark her, I think. I'm not going to get rid of her yet. The bees don't like that I've taken the queen now. They are all flying up to my hand now. It's mad really, because the queen is so placid. If you look at her. She's just like milling about, minding her own business. And then all of her bees are just so angry. Mark you really well. Leave her there to just dry. Bees are all over my hands again. Definitely need to requeen. So I'm really stuck. Flip. Oh, I did it. I whacked it. I moved too quick and they all flew from my hand. That's annoying. So I don't know whether to take the queen out. What I can do is I can cage her. What that means is, because she's in here, all the brood will continue to be capped and stuff like that, but no new eggs will be made. What I can do then is I can take her out, and it should mean that there shouldn't be any queen cells in here, so when I add a new queen, I don't have to worry about it. It's a way of dealing with some aggressive colonies. Oh, this is an aggressive colony. So I think I'm going to do that. So I'm going to cage her and put her in... Do you see that then? Ow! Oh, like 5 stings all in once. Ow! I know I said don't flail, but it's very hard not to flail when you got 5 stings at the exact same time. Ow! Yeah, I'm going to requeen the... Okay. Them. I'm going to have to move away because these bees are battering me now. Good thing about working in the woods is that you can always find a stick. So the queen is now in this cage, so she can't lay anymore. That means now that there won't be any more eggs in this colony. So if I leave her in this cage for a week or so, that will mean that there's no eggs or larvae for the bees to make fresh queens from. So when I add a queen cell in a couple of weeks, all I need to do is take her out and put the queen cell in. That's it. I will of course need to do some sort of inspection as well, but I loathe to do inspections on this colony because they are just so aggressive. Can you even hear me? Wow, wait. Right, let's get smoking. Alright, I'm going to try be the Zen beekeeper again. But, oh, they are all over my hands and I have been stung there very recently. So they're probably just pinpointing where they're going to sting next. Okay, they're all over my hand, they're all over my hand. Calm, 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 stay. You are a statue. You're a moment of peace in a world of chaos. Stay very still. Stay very calm, they will get bored of you. Don't move them, let them see you and fly off. You are a statue. They have no idea who you are or what you're doing. They have the memories of gnats, of little gnats. Oh, I'm going to get me thicker gloves and relight my smoker in a couple of minutes. Right, they seem to have stopped bothering my hands now. So, very slowly, I'm going to pick up the queen. And I'm going to place her in between the brood. So I'm going to open up this frame here. Bees in between my fingers. Oh, this is terrifying. I really don't want to get stung. I don't like being stung. No one likes being stung. Okay, right, there's a big enough space there, I think. Lower the queen in, very gently. There she is. I'll move my hand away, run away and scream like a girl. Ah! Right, so the queen is now in the cage there, so we know where she is. She can't lay anymore. So, let's plonk this on. Oh, this is pretty hefty super, actually. I'm going to put another box on top just to give them some space to make honey. Right, time to put this back on. Oh, God, that was horrible. So this is the aggressive hive I was on about. Although it doesn't seem that way, since I'm getting battered from the last one I bloody checked. Go away. Leave the camera alone. Go away. So to deal with an aggressive colony like this sucks. I hate dealing with really, really aggressive colonies. Also, it's right near the entrance of my apiary, which in some sense is good because it keeps people away, but in some sense is bad because the landowner has to walk past every so often, and she's been getting stung recently. I know it's this one because this, to the exception of that one over there, is the most aggressive of all the colonies. So the way to deal with aggressive colonies is to get rid of that queen. If you can't get into the hive without being stung like crazy because of said queen, it makes it extra difficult to find her. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 brood boxes there that are full to the brim with bees, all angry, and the queen is a single needle in a haystack just wandering up and down. We have no idea where she is. So how do we find her? There's 2 methods of doing this. There's one where you put a queen excluder in between all the boxes and leave it for a week. Whichever box has eggs in has the queen in. Brilliant. But if the colony is too strong for that, or if the colony is too aggressive for that, so say you open it up and you're getting a face full of bees straight off the bat, you will not want to go through those frames. The aggressive bees are the flying bees, which all orientate to this spot. So what you want to do is leave this spot here as the weakest area. So what I tend to do is I take these boxes off. So take that box off, put it somewhere else. That box off, put it somewhere else. Take the other box off, put it somewhere else. That means that if the queen is in any of those 3 boxes, after a week there'll be no flying bees in them. It'll be much easier to find the queen in that. All you need to do is look for eggs after a week. If I don't find any eggs in any of those boxes and she's in that bottom box, then that sucks. But we'll get onto that at another time. My guess is, because of how strong the colony is and where the brood is, my guess is the queen's going to be in this box here. So I'm going to move that box there. I have this box here and this box here. I'm going to move one of them over there, and I'm going to try and find another spot to put the other box as well. What I want to do is break this colony down into bits. We want to make sure that all the bees are separated and the colony is several colonies now. What we also want to do is make it easier to find queen cells. If only one box has a queen, then the rest are going to be making queen cells. We want to be able to break those down so we can fill these boxes with our own queens that we're going to be grafting next week. So I'm going to get cracking and I'm going to start moving these boxes everywhere. I'm going to leave the super in this position here just because this is where all the flying bees are going to come to and they're going to need more space. Let's get cracking and see what happens. That super isn't full yet. Right, so the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to move these 3 boxes away and I'm going to put this one here. This is the highest box, so it's most likely that this box won't have the queen in. She'll probably be in these boxes here because this is mostly full of honey. So if I move this out of the way, just on top of there for now, and then put it back in the place of this box, that means that this is most likely not going to have the queen in. So hopefully I won't have to deal with all the flying bees to find her. Right, I've left my hive tools somewhere. Now I'm not going to be going through any boxes because, as I said, these guys are pretty angry. So I'm just going to break them apart like so and put them in the places that they're going to be. So that's an empty box. I've just had a look. There's nothing in the frames. There are bees in it, but there's nothing in the frames. So that's fine, that's perfect. That's where I want all the flying bees to come to. I want them to come to an empty box and be like, ah, crap. So when I put that queen cell in there, they will be happy. Right, so this is box number 1. So if you're doing this, try and keep the boxes at least 3 foot away from the original hive, because bees can hunt their own queen down again if it's in within 3 foot. So I may have to move this one a bit further away. 1, 2, 3, push it down there. There we go. That's all it needed. Right, I'm going to put this one over there and I'm going to find a place for this bottom one. Not sure where I'm going to put her. Ah! They're attacking me ahead already. Ah! Ow. Stingy bees meet impervious gloves. It's always good to have some sting-proof gloves. You can't really feel anything through them, so there is a chance that you will squish bees. And it sucks if they are stuck together. So, I've had to stick some thicker gloves on now because they are absolutely battering me. That last one really hurt. So, I'm going to move that box now over there out the way. I'll move the bottom box very, very soon. So, look, see that? As soon as I move my hand anywhere near these guys, they're all over it. And they're all over my face, and I'm surprised if you can hear me. There's a horrible noise right near your ears. Oh, here we go. Oh, I'm going to get battered. It's tasks like this that make you think, do I want to be a beekeeper? Oh, this is horrible. It's angry bees right where my ears are. And I got stung last week in the ear and it really hurts. They are after me. I'm going to get done in. You just watch. This is where all the flying bees are, so these guys are not going to be happy with me. Flipping heck. Ow. Not even getting in. That one on my neck really hurt. Ow, my ear. So that's bloody annoying. I've been stung in the ear, I've been stung either side of the neck and all over my arms and stuff. Sting proof, bull crap. Get out of the way. Come on. Right, so I'm going to put that box on there for the flying bees now. Oh, right. Okay. Let's do this very quickly. Ah, I've already got one on my neck again. How are they even getting to me? So as you can see, the flying bees are looking pissed. And I keep getting stung on the neck and the ear, and it really hurts. I think this gets too close to my head, this veil. I think that's one of the issues. Also, I've got a couple of bees in here, and I don't know how they got in here. So this is great. But they are all trying to sting through this veil. The only protection I've got is that bit there, and that bit there, and they're just, as soon as I let go, the veil just goes too close to my neck and they can just get me, which sucks. I need to find a way putting that box in there without getting done. So this is my solution. I've put an entrance block in. It's pulling the netting away from my neck. Oh god, I feel like a right wally, but you've got to do what you got to do. Right, let's see if they can get me now. Oh dear me. Right, this is just... So if I get stung to death, at least I'll look like an idiot doing so. The paramedics can find me all swollen and be like, well, he died doing what he loved, looking like a complete burk. Yeah, so I think two things have come from this year. I think you can overwear a bee suit. So I've worn this bee suit now for about 2 years non-stop, and the veil is just, it's not sticking out away from my face anymore. That's how the bees are stinging me through the veil. Secondly, I don't know, I think I need to get a new suit. I think that's what I need to do. Also, I bought it when I was a lot thinner, and I don't know if you can tell, I put on a bit of weight, so that's not good. Right. God knows why I'm doing this, because you guys don't bloody deserve it, but I'm going to smoke you away from the edge so I don't squish you. All blighters. Honestly. Ugh. Come on, watch out. Oh, they're all getting me now, but my new invention seems to be working at the moment. I'm just waiting for that horrible pain in the face any moment. Oh, I have to say, inner ear stings hurt a hell of a lot more than anywhere else I've been stung. Right, that's them closed. Sodom. Oh, that was horrible. This is why I'm getting rid of them. Look at this. All over me, and you are getting thingied as well. Oh god, go away bees. Ow, right in my arm, how did you even get me? Oh, right, I'm going to have to walk away for a minute. I've put a roof on that, so it's calmed those bees a bit. I'm going to put a roof on these guys, and a roof on the other ones, and then I'm getting out of here, because I've been stung too much and it hurt. And I'm also getting battered by bees still. Ow. That hurt. Not a fan. Need to run around, find some bricks to put on these new boxes. But yeah, that was horrible to do. This is why I hate really aggressive hives. I got stung to bits last week. I've been stung more now since I've been trying to separate them. Aggressive colonies suck. You can see the difference, what I mean. The other colonies, even though yes, I've been stung before when I've been doing my colonies, they don't try and do this. They don't do this to my face, or they don't sting me in the face or sting me all over the arms. So they usually just get me on the hand or wrist once or twice, and that's it. These guys, really, really aggressive for some reason. Not sure why. But yeah, hopefully that's now going to calm everyone down. I'll come back next week. All the flying bees will be out of these boxes where the queen is, and they'll be in this horrible box here. I'll put Queen in that box and hope for the best that she's going to be nice and calm, because these will be completely queenless now. But yeah, so... Ow! My neck, my hands, and my leg as well. One of them stung through this sting-proof suit. Ouch. Right, I'm going to go to one of the other apiaries because I need to get out of here now. Oh, ouch. I'm a fair bit away from my apiary now. And these bees are still battering me. This is another sign these guys are very, very aggressive. They're not as strong as they were when they were getting me in there, but strong enough that I'm still keeping this silly bloody thing stopping me from getting stung. I'm in a lot of pain now. I might have to go and get another... Ow! I'm going to have to get another suit for my lockup because this one's going to be full of bee pheromone. So all the other colonies are just going to sting this to bits. I need to put this on a wash to get rid of that pheromone now using soda crystals. But yeah, this sucks. This really hurts. This is the worst part of beekeeping, is getting stung, especially with an aggressive colony. If you have issues with an aggressive colony and you are unable to deal with it yourself, I feel stupid saying this with a bloody entrance block in my head. Then please get in touch with your local BBKA. They will come and help you. You've got experienced beekeepers who will be more than happy to help you out with a very aggressive colony. Sometimes they may even just collect the colony at night and take it away from you and deal with it elsewhere in their own time, and then give you the equipment back. You may lose your colony doing it that way, but it's better than having to deal with what you've just seen happen to me, where I'm getting stung every 5 seconds through a bee sting-proof suit and with a veil on and with thick gloves on. If they want to get you, they're going to get you, and they got me good, and that's why I look like an absolute Burke. Right, I think enough of them have flown away now. Nope, there's still a few more on me. I don't really want to bring these back to my car. So I'm gonna just hang out here for a few minutes and let them get bored of me and fly off. But yeah, it sucks. Sting got my neck here somewhere. Oh, what does it look like here? Is that one there? Ow! No wonder my neck hurts. They got full of venom. Oh! Ow! On my ear. Try and get the stings out as quick as you can, otherwise you get the full load of venom, and that's when things swell up. I'm probably going to look like I've got mumps in the next couple of days. Ah! Another sting. Ow. Oh, that hurts. That really hurts. Oi, oi, oi. If you do get stung quite badly and the sting stays in and you can feel it pumping away and you can't get to it because it's behind a veil or something like that, there's some things I would highly recommend. Get something called Afterbite. It smells like cat pee, but just rub it in the area. That does a really good job. Oh, my wife's gonna love this. Oh, that side really hurts. So that will get rid of the initial pain of the sting. I think it neutralises it or something. My ear, in my ear. Ooh. Ah! Just got stung again. Right, so find your stings, use this stuff, it's great stuff. Highly recommend that. And then take some loratadine. So you can use other antihistamines, but I find loratadine seems to work best for bee stings, in my opinion. Maybe completely wrong, so I'd highly recommend getting some loratadine. And if you start to swell, take some ibuprofen. If the pain is really painful, take some paracetamol. Look after yourself if you get stung really badly. Some people try and act really macho, like, I don't, it's only a sting, stings don't hurt that much. Stings hurt everybody. Everybody swells up from stings. It doesn't matter if you've been stung once or stung 1,000 times before, you still will get some swelling, you still will get pain. Especially if all the venom from those venom sacs of a single bee is pumped into you as well. Look after yourself. There's only one of you, there's billions of bees. Okay? With that being said, I think I'm going to have to call it quits now. I have run out of time. I'll go through the other apiaries next inspection next week. What I will do is during the week, after work, I'll pop over and check and make sure they're okay in the meantime. But for now, I think what I've done is enough. I certainly feels like enough. Oh, so painful. Thank you so much for watching my videos. It really does mean the world to me. I think the most I've had on one of my videos was something like 600 views, which is just phenomenal. I wasn't expecting that. I thought it was like sticking around 50 or whatever. So thank you so much for watching these videos. It makes my day. It really does. If you have any questions, or if you have any critiques or anything like that, put them in the comments and I'll answer you as soon as I can. I'm pretty good with answering questions and stuff like that, usually on the day that they're asked or the day after. If you liked what you saw, please hit the like button. It really does help spread my videos to other people who might like them as well. If you really liked it, then hit the subscribe button. It makes my day seeing my subscriber count going up by 1 or 2 every so often. So yeah, if you could subscribe, that'd be amazing. But if I don't see you again, I hope you have a really good season. If I do see you next week, then yeah, good. Thank you. Hope you have a great day. Bye bye.